Are you able to hear me? Hello? So I'm just wondering why you can't hear me. Because I need you can hear me. Okay, yeah, yeah. You said you can hear me from here. Oh,
I can hear you.
oh, okay. I don't know. So, all right. Thank you. So let me just try and share my screen. And am I really audible like enough?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be a bit of trouble, I guess. But I'll just fix it and then we move on. It's fine.
Before starting, just few things to say. Just a minute.
You,
So,
you
to,
said?
today we have Mr. Dawood Iddris with us, and he's a beta level Microsoft student partner as well as co-founder and software developer at Tech Cloud at Ghana, and he's also Ingressive regional lead ambassador. And today, Mr. Iddris will be speaking on topic bridging the gap, industry demand for freshers. I, along with the chapter chair and my team, welcome you, sir. Before we start, I also welcome Professor Thomas, who is a chapter advisor. Ma'am, we request you to put your opening remarks.
I'm really happy to hear you. I'm waiting to hear from Iddris.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, ma'am. Over to you, Daud, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for the invite, and I'm really honored to be here and talk to everyone out there. And I see the topic of today is bridging the gap, the industry demand for freshers. Um, I'll just try to keep it simple. It will be a more of discussion. I was informed of taking this particular session, and I was really happy and excited to just take it up from this morning. So who am I? My name is Idris Dauda. I prefer to be called Dawood Iddris. It's actually spelled Dauda Idrisi, but the pronunciation is Dawood Idris. I'm a first degree holder. I graduated from the university very recently. I mean, just last year, 2019. I read Bachelor of Science Information Technology. I was the computer science president when I was on campus, so I related very much with people outside of people who were also coming up, who were freshers and then who needed guidance. So being the president, I was in a good position to be able to advise and then guide a lot of people to be inspired to learn. Like Vedan mentioned, I'm a gold student partner, Microsoft student partner. That's one of the highest level of being a Microsoft student partner. I'm well experienced with the industry. So I currently work as a web developer for a company called Effect Studios, and I had my startup as well called TechCloud Inc. So that's a bit about me and why I'm here. I think I'm perfect for this. To talk about this important subject because of the little struggles I also had whilst I was in the university. So sorry for the noise you are hearing. I think it's because of there's rain and then thunder right here, and I'm speaking right from the speakers. Okay, so what are universities' role? So when I think about the university and when I had the opportunity to be in the university, well, before I even go to me having the opportunity to be at the university, let me also take it back that I wasn't, I was a freshman who graduated from, we call it the senior high school before you go to the university. So I had 1 year experience of learning from a professional institute called IPMC, and that was an Indian institute right here in Ghana. I studied for 1 year, and that of the institute, I studied software engineering diploma degrees, diploma certificate, sorry. And that was for a period of 1 year. So while studying software engineering, we didn't study the theory, we didn't study mathematics, we didn't study. I mean, we literally just studied what would help us build, softwares. Okay, so we studied programming methods, we studied um, like programming languages, SQL databases. Those are the things that we were focused. So that's the focus that we went in the university. Okay. So I think is this meeting recorded though, so that people are able to get it. So actually, having all those balance before going to the university, I felt very satisfied. I felt I was enough to face the industry, right? And I had a privilege of going to the university right after studying my software engineering diploma certificate. So at the university, I was now exposed to a whole new world. Okay, and a whole new world made up of theory. And a whole new world made up of theory, which was teaching um, basically not the things that I have really acquired from IPMC. So IPMC, take it like it was like, hello, can you hear me? um are you asking a question, Vedant?
No, I was just telling you said na ki whether this is recording or not. So I was just telling it is live streamed on YouTube, so it's technically being recorded on YouTube.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, thank you so much. So definitely, like I was saying, when I got to the university and I realized that it was more of theory, right? And I was like, okay, is this the right place for me? Now I want to bring my personality into this, topic, because essentially it will help us figure out what exactly the university is for, right? So I realized that I realized that I was privileged enough to be in a position of acquiring practical knowledge before getting to the university. But a lot of people in the university did not get the practical knowledge of what they can do with computers and the programs and the softwares they can build and all those stuff. They didn't have knowledge of them, right? But I was privileged enough to have it. So I thought of, okay, why don't I share my knowledge with the society, with the community, with the university, right? So this is where why and what universities are for really comes in, okay? Because you get to the university and you meet a huge amount of people with different ways of thinking, and there is no better place to get this environment, this community, apart from being in the university, because the university is made up of multi-talented beings who have passed through some great level, and they've moved to that particular level that you are. They are coming in with a new whole of experiences, new skills. Like myself, I was going in with skills acquired from somewhere else, right? And people who did not even acquire these skills from other places, right? And were just, right from the senior high school. Okay, that's how we call it. Uh, they had the benefit of, being attached to me because I already had it. So it's like we are able to share resources. I share what I know, and someone also share what he knows, and we learn. It's like culture. So we learn a lot being in the university. So the university is essentially for educating people on how to make their living, and also receiving training to be, computer scientists, engineering, biochemists, archaeologists. I mean, historians. It could be many. The university trains people on a wide range of things, right? So it also teaches how to live, right? How to live a life. Because when you are in the university, you begin to learn about other people's culture. You begin to learn about other people's religion. You begin to learn a lot more about how other people live. Tolerance and everything can be acquired from the university. So if you are asking what are the universities for, I think they are mainly for these three things. It's for educating, it's for receiving training, and then it's also to teach us how to live life, right? So sorry, I think I misspelled my life, but it's okay. We identify our true self in the university. We find direction of what the society is headed towards, right? It's like I delivered recent topic on AI in the global AI community, and one of the things I was mentioning was the fact that we as human beings will not be smart as possible, except that we are exposed to a lot of information or data around us, right? So that is to say that you and I are really smart because of the things that we've been able to learn. And at the university, you are given a chunk of books, right? You are given a time, to complete these books and get access through it, right? So all the things that you read with from letters to pictures within your scriptures, within your textbooks, within your lecture notes, are the things that really makes you smart enough, right? If you were to sit in the house, you never get this experience. So the university, it shows us the direction of what the society is moving towards. So it shows us how to be happier, how to be more fulfilling, how to discover our true self. This is what the university offers us. So we also realize that universities actually came into as to being somewhere in the 19th centuries, right? And which teaches us why university became more of importance. Now let me just move on to this particular screen and ask you why the need for theory, right? Because you went to the university, you are supposed to meet the industrial demand, but I mean the job market, but you are taught theory, lots of theory within the university. Now, when I am asked why theory in the university when I was there, because I had the industrial experience, I felt like okay, now what about the theoretical part, because I didn't know a lot of science behind the computer. So there's a need for us to be able to understand how the computer came into being, how it is being operated, the mathematical concept behind the computers are supposed to be be taught to us, right? But if you go to more professional, there are a lot of people who don't have this knowledge. And for us to keep innovating with technology, we really need the theoretical aspect of computers, right? We really need the theoretical knowledge, the mathematical knowledge to be able to innovate, to be able to write new compilers. We need the logical memory. And when we study the theory, it actually sends us back to know the root of how other people were able to live their life and became icons that we look up to today, and became critical thinkers, right? So you might have seen that. I think maybe I'll get to this later on. Is college degree necessary? Okay. Now, if you think about it, you have some peers, you have some friends, and they are leaving the university, and they leave the university within the level 200, level 300, and level 4. And before they graduate, they don't graduate from universities, and then they become industrial experts, right? They leave the university and they go and learn the practical aspect, and they become industrial ready. Now the point is your degree necessary? Because if these people leave the university and they become industrial experts, and you are still in the university and maybe you graduate and you are not industrial experts, is your degree really necessary? Now this is a question for all of you to answer. Just think about it. Is it really necessary? Now the point is, I think it is necessary. It is necessary because you are getting recognition, you are getting recognized by an institution, a whole body of institution, like universities, they grant us uh, um, they grant us degrees, they grant us PhDs, right? They give us all those things that matters, right? Now the point is, if you are being backed by a huge institution, you have credibility, and with your credibility you are able to go very far. Okay. Now the point is, if you are backed by these universities, you have credibility, like I said. Now the interesting part is that what is the university not giving us? When I think about what the university is not giving us, I also want to think about the fact that we have very less time to live our life within the university. We have 3 months per semester and go back home. When I was, when I put myself in the shoes of the lecturers, I actually understood that 3 months is not enough, to even complete the theoretical knowledge they are giving you, right? It is not enough, and a lot of lectures do not get to even complete their syllabus, and the trimester is up, right? So if they want to go more practical, they can't really do that. So I think one of the doctors in my university that I studied once told me that, Dawood, we know you are, industrial ready, and because of that, we want you to help your peers, right? So I was literally organizing workshops and a lot of events just to teach my peers for them to catch up with the industry. So that is the responsibility for some of you, the students who have practical knowledge. So the industry is demanding. The industry, when we talk about the industry, we are talking about the job market, right? We are talking about where you actually get, you get employed and then you are being paid, right? Or where you are able to use your knowledge to craft something and get, make living out of it, right? Now, within the industry, they have a set of demands for you. And how would you be able to find, what this industry needs, what the job market need? One of the best things I can tell you is that when I was, pursuing my degree, one of the things I never lose track of was actually, to make sure I do a quick Google search, a quick Bing search, and then find out about what is the industry demanding. So I go to websites like, websites that belongs to companies like Microsoft, companies like Amazon. I go to website that belongs to companies like effect studios like Tech Cloud and Co. And then I go and search what's the demand for a professional, right? So let's say if I'm a web developer, what I would just go and search for is what are the demands for web development, right? And I make sure that whatever I'm learning is meeting these criteria, right? So you being in the university, you as a freshman, as a person pursuing your degree, one of the techniques you could use is actually to make sure that whilst you are studying the theoretical knowledge, which is so important to your living, which is so much important to get you to be innovative, you still need to go to this website of these tech companies and search for them and look at it that, okay, what are the demands that they want from me, right? So for example, if I want to be a web developer, then I need to grab, some HTML. I need to grab some, that's hypertext markup language. I need to grab some cascading style sheet, CSS. I need to grab framework like Bootstrap or Bulma.io. These are, various technologies that you might need to get started as a web developer. But once you grasp this knowledge, then you begin to, dive whether you want to become a front end developer or you want to become a back end developer, right? So if you want to become a front end developer, then that is where you go more into, understanding Bootstrap and then understanding how to, build responsive, mobile app, mobile first apps, and all, right? So these are some of the things that you need to grab when you want to be a front end developer. And if you essentially need to be a back end developer, then you need to look at, okay, do I need PHP? Do I need Node.js? Do I need, that's the server side, knowledge that you might need, right? So how do you find, or how do you know the demand of the industry? You would get to realize this when you actually go, be curious. You have to be curious whilst you are in the university. You have to be searching for answers. Not everything will be provided to you by your lecturer, right? So you have to be curious to search for what are the demands of this industry, right? Now, some of the learning technologies, like I tried to mention, was, getting a hold of a stack, right? Because if you have a stack, I think it's actually STACK. That is, you find a learning path, right? You find a path to follow. You don't just learn everything. So whilst you are in the university, you could choose to become an Android developer and make sure that you are learning only Android development as your side studies, beside your main studies, or whatever you are pursuing in the university. Now, this actually brings me to mention about some concepts I really used to encourage my peers whilst I was in the university, because a lot of people keep saying that they don't have time, right? They don't have time to study the industrial knowledge, because the theory is a lot they need to memorize and all. And I keep saying that we all have time. We all have time. Think about the unnecessary things that you do as a college student, right? I see them, you need to have a life of enjoying, I mean, listening to music, partying and all. They are good. But trust me, if you have something you need to give back to the society, then you need to, even be more conscious of what exactly you want to achieve. Okay. So make sure that you are having fun, but make sure that you are also catching up with the industry. Now, if you want to have fun, there are various ways you could have fun. What I was able to do sometimes is that I keep myself in prison. When I say that, I live my life like 3 months without I live like 3 months without listening to music, without watching movies. Well, some people could and listen to music. I am not that type. I could do that, but I could choose not to. So without watching movies, because you watch series, episode 1 to season 1 has episode 1 to 24, and season 2 has the same thing. You are wasting much time on things that are not really relevant to your course of being in the university. I mean, it's good to have fun, you could do them, but trust me, you need more practical knowledge as compared to watching movies and all those stuff. So you could watch them one once a while, but don't let it become a habit. You want to watch all the seasonal movies in the world. Trust me, you can't watch them. You will rather fail at the end. Now you keep visiting friends to talk about things which may not be necessary as well. And these are all things that takes much of your time. So if you ask me whether you really have time, think about it. I told someone in the university, this is a perfect scenarios I set, that within the university, some people were able to take it, for instance, that you are going to be given $10,000, and then you have 1 hour to write your final year exams paper. Now, I'm asking you in the audience that would you rather, say you don't have time because you have 1 hour? You are supposed to drive 30 minutes, you have 1 hour, you are supposed to drive 30 minutes to go, and then 15 minutes to go and take 15, it could be $10,000. Okay, you have 1 hour to your exams. This is what the calculations we are doing, and then you have 10,000 cedis to $10,000 to grab for free, but you have to drive 15 minutes to a particular location to be able to take this money, and you also know that you have 1 hour to your exams. Now, my point is, what would you choose? Would you choose to forgo the amount of money, the $10,000 offered to you, or would you choose to actually, go take 15 minutes to go to the location, take 15 minutes to come back, that's 30 minutes, and then still come and prepare for extra 30 minutes to enter into the university, into the exams hall? What would you choose? I think you would choose to, take the $10,000 because you feel it is monetary value, right? Now, this is the same thing I'm telling you, that all the knowledge you are, the practical knowledge you are learning aside the theoretical knowledge being offered to you are also monetary value, because you graduate from the university, and if you are industry ready, companies are going to come for you. I was lucky enough, I had companies which came before I graduated from the university, companies which were asking, would you come and work with us? Because I was industry ready, I knew what the industry wanted, and I was already prepared for it. And I demonstrated my knowledge by building some projects that the companies were able to see, right? So really, I think you have time as university pursuing as university student. You have luxury of time. Just avoid doing things which are not necessary, and you will be able to realize that yes, you have time. You'll be able to choose $10,000, 30 minutes to your exams because of the monetary value. Maybe you are not seeing the monetary value attached to your knowledge, but knowledge is priceless. Because if you have knowledge, you earn monthly salaries, you earn weekly salaries, you get side jobs, you do a lot of things to, earn your living. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but these are the very things that, you could use to bridge the gap between what you are studying and then what you are supposed to be able to do, being in the university. So I don't know. I want this to be. I don't want to go further. I want you to keep asking your questions so that I'm able to know what exactly is bothering your mind. So, Vedant, maybe you could come in here and then let me know what exactly they would want me to highlight on. Thank you.
Yeah, I think students might have a lot of questions now. You can ask
Yeah.
now by unmuting yourself. Do we have any questions?
Okay. So whilst they might be preparing for questions, let me also take the minute to talk about some technologies that you should be interested in. Okay. So one of the technologies you should be interested in, just pen it down, Microsoft Learn. Okay. So just go to Microsoft Learn and then search for cloud computing and make sure you grab that particular knowledge. Now, whilst you are in the university, you also have the privilege of joining communities like the Microsoft Student Partner Program, right? Which gives you or prepare you to become industrial ready. So make sure you pen that down. MSP, Microsoft Student Partners, Student Partners, www.studentpartners .microsoft.com, and then you are able to apply to become an MSP. Some of these communities give you the industrial skills that you need. They bring together employees from Microsoft to be able to teach you practical knowledge aside what you are doing in the university. So essentially I think MSPs are able to even save time because they don't do lots of things which are not related to their program because they always have exciting things happening, with their peers. They're able to connect with people from across the globe and then they're able to measure their skills, whether they are lacking behind or they are also catching up with the industry. So make sure you join some, students communities like, the Microsoft Student Partner community. I'll recommend that and that's only because trust me, there's tremendous, opportunities. I mean, there are a lot of other companies offering ones, but the Microsoft Student Partner Community is one good one for you. And Vedan, just keep checking whether there is any question in the chat or something.
Uh, yeah, there is one question. A person is asking, like these days, some of the technologies are more trending, AI, ML. So is it disrupting? I mean, do we see the existing posts which were there, the existing technology, will they fade away due to these?
No, I think they will not fade away. They would be enhanced. They will be enabled, right? For example, I'm a web developer. I'm not a data scientist. Data scientists essentially try, progress to become AI developers, and I mean, they build the models and all those stuff, right? But the point is that there are some cutting edge technologies. AI, Microsoft has AI. In the Microsoft AI ecosystem, there are something called like cognitive services, and cognitive services are like API based application programming interface. And when I talk about API, I mean they have the resources and they give you opportunity to be able to utilize them without you building it yourself, right? So as AI and machine learning and co are coming up, they are not coming to fade out with the existing technologies we have. They are coming to enable the technologies we have. For example, Android apps or web apps would have been just static apps, but now they are able to gain insight, right? They are able to gain insight. by making suggestions to you whether you like this particular app. They use machine learning to be able to detect what exactly you are interested in, and then they present to you this particular product for you to be able to buy, right? So I think AI is here to enable us. One thing I couldn't say in my previous talk in the global AI community was the fact that equality is not the same as identical, right? Or yes. So if something is just like it doesn't mean it's the same. So AI is artificial intelligence. We still have natural intelligence. We human beings are supposed to be able to make use of AI. We are smarter, right? AI is smart, but trust me, we as human beings, AI was meant for us to become more smarter. So I think with the existing technologies, they are going to be enabled. For example, being a web developer, you get free cognitive services to be able to let your application be able to detect sentiment of customers, and be able to let them verify their self with just with their faces. That is facial recognition system and code. So really, that's the answer I would provide. They are enabling the current existing technologies.
Yes. Thank you for your answer. Do we have more questions? You can unmute yourself or you can put them in the chat.
Yeah. This is one of the opportunities to actually ask questions that you really want to be answered. Trust me, I know I was in the university. I met a lot of people, and then they were really struggling with concepts, and I really wanted to help them out. So I know you might have questions, just ask them. Now, one of the things I also mentioned to you is that we have technologies coming up, right? For example, we used to build native applications ourselves, right? Now we don't need to build those applications ourselves. I mean, we have AI helping us. We have something like the Microsoft Power Apps. Okay, with the Microsoft Power Apps, all you just need to do is to visit make.powerapps.com. Let me just show you that in here. Just let me know if someone has any question. Okay. So you just go to make.powerapps.com, right in here in my browser, and then you are able to find, you're able to create an application within a matter of minutes, right? And this is what AI and the current technologies are enabling, because we used to do many things from scratch. We don't need to do them. There needs to be a way of assisting us, right? And platform like the Microsoft Power Apps, you just come to make.powerapps.com. Make sure you are signing in with your organization accounts, your school accounts, and then you'll be able to find, really cool stuff to be able to help you. So, see, for example, I want to build a mobile application. All I just need to do is to click on SharePoint, and it will just, allow me to be able to build application with just a single click. And these applications can be used by, companies. Can be you just leverage on data to be able to build something. Do you get the idea? So this is what I want you to think about when you think about AI and the current technologies. Just study how to make applications with Microsoft Power Apps and co, and then you'll be good to go. So see me here. I think I had one thing. Please let me know if they have any question. I think I'm ending soon because my time is up already. So I have, like, a list I've prepared for checking in attendees. So all I'll just do is see, I just clicked on it, and that is all. Application is being created for me, is generated for me, right? So I want to tell you that whilst you are being in the university, keep studying the theoretical knowledge, okay? But one thing I would say is whether you graduate with the first degree, second degree, or third degree, really the experiences you have within the university matters. If you graduate with first degree and you are only theoretical, then you might become, you may be going more into academics. But if you really want to get into the industry, then you need to, I mean, your degree is not enough to get you a job. So you need to still, make sure you grab some knowledge of, what matters. So see, I'm able to build application. I've built a mobile application just when talking to you. So these are what AI is enabling us for. And great technologies like Microsoft Power Apps, Power Automate, and Co gives us.
Uh,
Do
thank
I
you,
need?
Dawood. I guess we don't have any question. I mean, if some people are having trouble connecting and unmuting themselves, so
Okay.
maybe they can reach out to you personally on your Twitter or your Instagram to ask questions. And
Yes.
moreover, we are also ending with the time.
Yes.
It's 4:42 already.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, so they can just reach out to me. You can share my Twitter handle and co. My name is just Dawood Iddris. With that particular name, you should be able to find me everywhere on YouTube, everywhere. You should be able to find me, Dawood Idris. Thank you so much for having me here.
Okay,
I
before
hope
we
I
end,
met what.
Okay, before we end, I would like to thank you on behalf of my team and all the attendees. Your session was so informative, and all the things shared by you were really awesome. Professor Thomas, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really so thank you very much, Dawood, for sharing your experience. And I'm really happy that you stressed on the importance of theory and experiential learning because that's exactly what the students need now. And I hope all the participants will use their time to acquire knowledge and build their skills. So, as Dawood has rightly shared. So, thank you once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prof. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
So
before we
we
end this
end here.
session, I would like to remind you all that tomorrow we will be having Mr. Baldev Singh Rawat, and he will be speaking on topic from corporate to startup. So we'll meet tomorrow on same time, and meanwhile stay safe, stay home.